4 months ago, a factory in California made one humanoid robot per day. Today, it makes one per hour. Figure AI's BotQ plant achieved a 24 times increase in throughput in under 120 days, delivering over 350 third-generation humanoid robots using more than 150 connected workstations and custom manufacturing software. Annual capacity is 12,000 units. That's not even the fastest line running right now. Engine AI, a 3-year-old Chinese startup, opened a factory in Shenzhen on June 1st that builds a complete humanoid robot every 15 minutes. It's geared for 10,000 units a year. The company just filed for a Hong Kong IPO at a $1.5 billion valuation. And they're not alone. Agility Robotics has a factory in Oregon tooled for 10,000 digit robots annually. Unitree is targeting 10,000 to 20,000 units. Tesla is ramping Optimus Gen 3 this summer. Boston Dynamics is shipping its electric Atlas to Hyundai. Industry-wide, projections for 2026 put total humanoid shipments somewhere between 50,000 and 100,000 units. Now, a couple old data.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah, Kodash, the lost apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. Now, as you can hear, there's a lot about these AI robots, and very much ton of them that's being built. And as you heard, Tesla's part of it. Got Hong Kong, Shenzhen. That's just going to be the new way that's going to be coming all across the globe, or at least in just the major lands mostly. So this is one of the things a lot of people are worried about, and another thing people are actually praising is one part they're praising the technology of how far it's coming to be able to actually do all this. But what the other people's worried about, and they're seeing this side, is the fact that this means a lot of people are going to be replaced, which is actually going to be true because they already have been starting this, by the way, especially with layoffs, not with just the work industry, but entertainment industry, game industry, you name it, even with the music industry to some degree. Now, it's not like it's not like right now we're going to see it outright, but give it time. Out of nowhere, you'll be wondering where all these robots came from. Now, this is Jeremiah 51 and 58. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and our high gates shall be burned with fire," which means there's going to be a lot of affliction that's coming to this place, which has already been started, by the way. And the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire shall be wearied. Because not only is with the current stuff that's going on with how everything going up, but the pay rate ain't really going up. Section A is being cut off from a lot of areas, and it's going to keep raising up more and more from all basically to damn basically all the U.S. don't have it. Then you're going to start having these come into play with now to give a clear understanding that Esau's not going to get rid of everybody in the workforce just to place these in because they're going to need maintenance. Somebody needs to be able to watch them, and then, of course, if something actually does happen, you need actual people there because these things will be able to handle it, possibly. But it makes sense that Esau will put more people in danger than these things. So this makes people more worried to where they gotta struggle more, just try to figure out how they're going to survive, what they're going to do to actually be able to find the next job if they can, and be able to make ends meet at the same time. So this puts pretty much a big damper into everything that people plan. So I don't want to hear that this is some great place that these people think is going to strive for greatness, because you people ain't a part of it. Now, there was something I wanted to look into. Let's see. because I was thinking about this as AI has really been a thing for quite a bit, so for quite a bit now. So this actually just popped in my head. So the layoffs per year since AI began generating significant profits from major tech companies in the late 2020s, U.S. layoffs have accelerated. Why? Why would this U.S. Why would layoffs accelerate? Because you had to understand, these layoffs ain't just in the tech industry. It's affecting a lot of areas. For example, in Japan, you have literal robots serving food in McDonald's. You think you think America ain't gonna want that? You know, America copies off everything. They want a piece of that pie. So it makes sense with all this. So 2025 total layoffs was over 1.17 million U.S. jobs cut in 2025, the highest since the pandemic peak in 2020. AI linked layoffs is about 5,500. Of those were explicitly tied to AI or automation socket, according to Challenger, Gray, and Christmas. Roughly 180,000 layoffs. Now, this is just in 2025. Tech layoffs is over 142. Now, when I type this in the phone, it's going to give me even more of the detail. Don't know why or how that separates everything when you would think the phone and the computer would give the same answer. It does not. So here I typed it in on the phone. It says, let me see. So it says in 2026. Oh wow. Actually, it says okay, yep. It says averaging roughly 1.7 million layoffs and discharges across the U.S. non-farm industries per month, totaling over 20 million per year. So that is a lot. So it says even when 2026 adds up even more to 87,000 to 100,000. So you get the point. These layoffs, especially AI linked, is all going together with a lot of this stuff. Especially since AI has been profiting, and here it says it's been doing it since 2016. So this is during the time even when AI started becoming more of was started in the productions. I wouldn't be surprised if they have AI even before 2026. You know, whatever Esau has, he ain't going to give it to the public, or just in general. He ain't going to even announce it until he actually fully has it under control. But it's starting to seem like that whole Terminator movie started to come to fruition, and we already know Esau is going to be in control of that. So we get this last scripture real quick. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see what these other layoffs within other countries were. Try Japan real quick. I guarantee you they had layoffs. 2025 layoffs in Japan. Early retirement offers in Japan listed companies reached peak in May 2025, nearly 90% higher than that previous one. So that's showing the actual number, surpassing the levels seen after 2008 financial crisis. Mm. In Asia, Japan ranks third globally for tech layoffs after India and the US. Damn. So apparently, I don't know which one has more layoffs between India and US, but that's a high number when you think about it. All right, let me get to that scripture real quick. This is Micah 6:12. It says, "For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth." And that's the chain of the chain of command on that one. There's like nothing but chaos. So these rich men are full of violence. You see what they can do, what they want to do, especially when they have the money to buy it. It's never made for anything good. Then you got the people that they hire to pretty much, hype up or place ads or be the ad to show how good these things actually is. And they just lying to people left and right just so they could buy it. Which is actually nothing new when you think about it, because you always had them people with the silver tongues, to pretty much sell the product so these people can make it so they make it seem like it's some great amazing thing that helps you. You see it in movies where let's say if it's like a medieval movie, you have the person selling tonics that say it works great, it heals you like it's a miracle, and people buy it. The whole time it wasn't worth anything. It's the same thing as this. Only difference is they can actually keep up these so-called miracles with these robots that can basically uh, do the job. And you see it on like commercial ads, like even in movies, how these robots can do anything that you want to do. Look at the Jetsons. Look at other commercial ads where they can do what you want them to do, make life easier. The big convenience of this place, but can they afford it? They talking about 14,000. That's not an average person going to get, but it makes sense. Why give it to the lower people when you can have the well off people, the rich people have it first, then give the people the scraps if they even get it. The point is that your jobs are going to be affected, your daily lives are going to be affected. Don't be surprised when you start seeing RoboCops, because they're printing these out in the thousands. Every job will be affected. Stores, ambulances, fire departments, hospitals, you name it. And this is going to put people in a lot of layoffs. So we're going to expect what's actually going to happen next. So, Lord willing, this is a little edifying with that, Shalom.